Well, hello and welcome to Glasgow Rangers Nation, the channel that brings you your team every single day. Guys, it's the first time I had a chance to really sit down and kind of, I don't know, talk about the game today. Is that the right word? Just genuinely shit, man. I think, look, I went into this game today, I'm going to be wholly honest, with a genuine belief that we could get something out of it. You know, I know we had a lot of injuries, but I don't think we can make that an excuse because you buy a squad for a reason. And the players that we had back today, I think would on paper give us a boost. You know, Goldson back, Lunny back. And I think, you know, you look at the team that Philippe Clement selected today, and to be honest with you, that team was probably the strongest team he could have selected. You know, given the injuries that we're carrying at the moment. Obviously, Butland in goal again, best goalkeeper in Scotland, best goalkeeper in Britain. Tav has been playing really well recently. Goldson and Balogun have looked solid in central defence, well, as solid as you can do. Ridvan, because Borna is obviously injured. Lunny and Sterling did fantastic in the cup final, so again, no reason to doubt them here. Yes, I know Celtic is a step up from Aberdeen. The three behind the striker, McCausland, Cantwell and Seamer, again, probably the strongest three we've got there. And then obviously Cyril Dessers up front. So, look, there wasn't a lot on the bench in terms of there's no strike cover because obviously Roof's out, but some decent players on the bench to come on. Dow, Matondo, Scott Wright, Cifuentes, etc., etc. So, you know, look, that was probably the strongest team he could select, but we started well. I mean, the first 7 or 8 minutes, I thought we did very well. We, you know, tried to get in about them. We tried to create some chances. We tried to obviously get at them, and we did okay. We did all right considering obviously what the situation we were in and the players that we had. You know, but there was a few worrying moments. Again, you know, the fact that I think it was Kyogo ran off. Goldson again, unfortunately, obviously, he didn't manage to get the ball in the back of the net like he did at Ibrox. It was just, again, a case of clinicalness in front of goal. We created a fair few. We created some chances in that first half. And when I talk about the Celtic goal in a minute and how shit the defending was from it, but look, I mean, we created some chances in that first half, didn't we? I mean, no better chance, obviously, than the Dessers chance. I mean, Dessers does well to make it for himself, so fair play to the lad there. But I mean, look, look, you know what I've said. I've said about Dessers in the past that he's rubbish. I've tried to get behind him when he's been on this scoring streak. As I said to you in the past, look, I'd love players to prove me wrong, because if they prove me wrong, then that means that Rangers are going to do well. That means Rangers are going to win games. That's what I want to see. At the end of the day, I just want to see Rangers win silverware, win the league, put that lot back in their box. But Cyril Dessers, I think today has singularly proved to every single Rangers fan that he is no good enough to play for us. He is not of a sufficient standard to be a Rangers striker. I mean, we'll get to the chance that he missed in a minute, but you know, every time he got the ball and had a run, he didn't look confident. And with considering the fact that, you know, he's scored a couple of goals recently, that's a bit of a surprise. You know, you'd think he'd be brimming with confidence after that, but clearly he isn't. You know, maybe the atmosphere got to him. Maybe, you know, he couldn't handle the pressure of the old firm. I don't know. But he couldn't hold the ball up, so he couldn't help us get out. He couldn't head the ball. The balls that we tried to play him behind were pointless because the guy's got no pace. He's slower than a week in jail. And then that chance, I mean, did any of you honestly think that he would score that chance? I mean, I was listening to Club Reaction earlier, and I was on a break at work, and Ali and Scott got it 100% spot on. I mean, Scott said he was stood at the back of the pub and he didn't even get excited when Dessers was running through on goal because he knew he'd miss. I mean, isn't that a sad indictment? I mean, that's coming from Scott Kearney, someone I really respect. He's got, you know, he's fantastic. And he's right. He's right. Dessers, he took 18 touches. 18 touches. I mean, what was that? Why 18 touches? Look, control, set, shoot. Control, set, shoot. You know what? When you're a striker, as a coach working with a striker, you're taught control it, get out your feet, hit it. Control it, get out your feet, hit it. That's what you teach kids. You know, when they get that chance, like Dessers did. He never did that once. He never set himself at all. He never put it out of his feet. It was always in his feet, and he lets the Celtic defender get back. Even if he hits from a little bit of a distance out across Joe Hart, you know, there's a chance that Hart spills that, it comes out, and someone's following in to put the ball back in the back of the net. Look, it's disgusting. It was a dreadful miss, and I'm absolutely honest with you. The guy was absolute pish today. He was unbelievably bad, and what is sad is there was just no one to come on. Unfortunately, Fabio Silva will be available for the Kilmarnock game, but it does show that Rangers so badly need to go and sign a striker. We really do need to go and buy a striker in January. For me, it's Lauren Shankland. He scored again today. That chance falls to Shankland today. There's only one place that ball is going to end up, and that is in the back of that Celtic net. End of story. I'm not even debating it with you. It's going in the back of the net. And there's chances again that today is in the second half when he got the ball and he started to run through, but he got tackled. Again, Shankland gets that, he gets through, he scores. Fact. We do not take enough chances. We had more shots, but didn't take them than Celtic at Parkhead, but just couldn't take them. That's a sad indictment of this team in terms of the attacking. Another player I want to single out today, I thought Todd Cantwell was absolutely fucking awful. He just fannied around on the ball too much. He tried too many flicks and tricks. I thought we looked better when Dowell came on. I think that Clement should play Dowell in the 10 role. Certainly not Lammers. Please God, not Lammers. But Dowell in the 10 role against Killy on the second. I really don't want to see Todd playing that. He looked shit today. He just fannied around. And once again, Old Firm game goes missing. I don't know what it is about Parkhead, but there just seems to be something for me that in our DNA that just kind of we go missing a little bit, and we don't take our chances. We don't put them away. We don't beat them when we should. This is not a good Celtic team, but they were just a little bit better than us today, which what does that say about us? We weren't dreadful. Don't get me wrong. It was not a terrible performance, but it wasn't good enough. We didn't take our chances. Big Leon getting sent off did not help matters. He makes a mistake. Dyson Maida gets the ball off him, runs it on goal. Balogun brings him down. But look, and this is going to look like sour grapes, and you're going to have all the Tims going on about it. But I'll be honest with you, the referee today was absolutely awful. I mean, genuinely was dreadful. It seemed that they were allowed to foul as many times as they want. Alistair Johnson, after he'd been booked, must have committed 4 or 5 fouls that were easy yellow cards. Not one was given. Callum McGregor was allowed to foul with impunity before he was finally booked. And he was also swearing at the ref as well. Now, I saw in an English Championship game, start of the season, a player swear at a ref and get sent off. Now, where's the standards there? Where's the equality? Why is it that they can get away with it continually? The penalty decision. Now, it seems very suspicious to me that, I've read the VAR judgment that's come out, and apparently Willie Collum thought that Johnson's hand was in a natural position, therefore not a penalty. He sweeps the ball and basically punches it away from Abdallah Sima. How is that a natural position? If Willie Collum thinks that is a natural position, that man should never be allowed to referee another football match ever again. And I think it's just proof positive that, as we all know, he is a massive Celtic fan, huge Celtic fan. And I think that proves it. That VAR judgment clearly proves that the man has a major issue when it comes to Rangers and a major love for Celtic, because that decision is utter bollocks. Even Neil Lennon, former manager of Celtic, says it's a penalty. Even I think I heard Chris Sutton admit that it was a penalty. And then suspiciously, an hour later, it comes out about the offside. Well, why was that not said at the time? Again, Collum needs to be examined. He needs to be investigated. I'm sorry, but Willie Collum needs an investigation into him as a ref. He should be banned from refereeing any football match involving Rangers ever again. The guy is clearly biased against Rangers. He clearly loves Celtic, and that was an example of him basically giving them a free pass to do what they wanted. Nick Walsh was equally as bad today, not handing out bookings when he should have done. Weak as piss, Nick Walsh was today. But then again, when you've got Walsh, Clancy and Gollum, what chances have you got? 3 Celtic fans refereeing. Like I said in my tweets and was called out for it, I said, they're bringing their own refs. And they did. They brought their own refs like a Sunday League game, didn't they? Look, I've got no qualms with the sending off. It was a sending off. I'm not complaining about that, but I am complaining about the quality of decision making. It was shit today, utterly shit from Nick Walsh from minute 1 to minute 100. It was awful, absolutely awful. That guy is just a joke of a referee. Where do we go from here? Well, look, it's not over yet. I don't want any fans coming out and saying it's over, because it so clearly is not over. It's 8 points. Yes, we have 2 in hand. We win the 2 games in hand. And I know 1 game at a time, we can't presume we're going to win those games. It comes down to 2, and there are still derbies to go. 1 at Ibrox still to come. So there's every chance, guys. Look, it's not over. It's not dead. But January is now even more important. January is the time when we must really reinvest and really get some quality players in. We need a winger. We need a centre-back. I've got to say, Kyogo's second goal, Connor Goldson, you are a disgrace. You just basically let him have the freedom of Celtic Park. And their goal, their Bernardo's goal as well from the corner. Again, McCausland's wandering around on the edge of the area. Can't defend the corner. Absolutely shit defending. The defence was awful today. Absolutely awful. Left poor Jackie Butland with no opportunity whatsoever. James Tavernier, yes, you scored a brilliant free kick, but the rest of the game, you were utter tripe. Your distribution was poor. Your set pieces were poor. Your corners were poor. Why is it that Rangers only let their fullbacks take set pieces when their set piece delivery is fucking awful? Sorry for swearing, but it is awful. We've got to start looking at someone else to take set pieces. Well, guys, I'll be back in the morning with a more reasoned video, and we'll talk through it a bit more. Obviously, we've got a live podcast tomorrow morning as well. I guess you didn't want one in the evening because it is New Year's Eve. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, please subscribe to the channel. And on the way out, 2 things. Hit the like, and remember always, no matter what, even when it's shit like this, we are the people.